Hi dear students, we are going to discuss the accounting equation. In the first lecture, probably the second lecture, we discussed that the business require assets and it acquires these assets from owner on credit and on cash. In case of cash, if the business acquires an asset on cash, the impact of the acquisition of asset on cash will be on asset itself. One asset will increase and other asset will decrease. So both impacts will be on asset. The asset which will increase will be debited and the asset which will decrease will be credited. However, if the asset is acquired from owner, the second impact will be on capital. Capital will increase, and if it is acquired on credit, it is purchased on credit, the second impact will be on liability and liability will increase. So in all these three transactions, the impact will be on asset on one side. If an asset is increased, the other side will be capital. Either capital will increase or liability will increase. So if we equate these things, our accounting equation will be asset is equal to capital plus liability. It means that at any time the asset held by a business will be financed by. Financed by means provided by in simple terms. Either the third parties, if the third party, the business has acquired assets on credit from third parties, the impact will be on liability, and if the business has acquired asset from the owner, the impact will be on capital. So simplest accounting equation is that asset is equal to capital plus liability. If for example business has an asset valuing pound 1000 and the capital is pound 800, the balancing amount pound 200 is liability. So this accounting equation will always equate. It is not possible that the one side of the equation is pound 1000 and the other side of accounting equation is pound 800 and there is no liability. It is not possible. If the capital is pound 800, definitely the liability will be pound 200. So let's start with some simple questions, practice some simple questions of accounting equation. The other two heads are not discussed yet, and those heads are expense and income. What is the impact of expense and income on this accounting equation? I will discuss them in next lecture. In this lecture, we just practice the basic accounting equation. Asset is equal to capital plus liability. So if we rearrange this accounting equation, we can write it as assets minus capital is equal to liability and assets minus liability is equal to capital. So there are number of ways, three ways in which we can write this accounting equation. Asset is equal to capital plus liability, assets minus liability is equal to capital, and assets minus capital is equal to liability. Let's start with a simple question to practice the accounting equation. In question number 1.1, A, assets are given pound 12,500, liabilities pound 1800, and he is asking you the amount of capital in this particular question. So according to our discussion, assets minus liability is equal to capital. Simply you will subtract 1800 from 12,500. The value of capital will be 10,700. In next question, again the same question, you will subtract 4,900 from 28,000. The value of capital will be 23,100. In part C, he is asking you the value to calculate the value of liability. You are given the value of assets and the value of capital. So according to our equation, assets minus capital is equal to liability. Again it is very simple, subtract 12,500 from 16,800. The value of liabilities will be pound 4,300. Again next question, part D, is also similar, subtract 16,450 from 19,600. The answer will be 3150. The value of liabilities will be 3,000 pound 3,150. And in part E and F, he is asking you the value of assets, and according to our discussion, assets is equal to capital plus liability. You simply add the value of liability and capital to find the value of asset. So 6,300 plus 19,200, 25,500 is the value of assets. And in part F, 11,650 plus 39,750, the value of assets will be 51,400. 1.2a is similar question. In first part A, he is asking you about the value of capital. So according to equation, assets minus liability is equal to capital. So subtract 16,900 from 55,000. You will get the value of capital, which is 38,100. In the next question, part B, he is asking you the value of assets, and according to equation, asset is equal to capital plus liability. So simply add 17,200 plus 34,400. The value of assets will be 51,600, and so on. So in a basic simple accounting equation, you have three components: assets, capital, and liability. You are given with two components, assets and liabilities. You have to find capital. You are given with assets and capital. You have to find liabilities, and you are given with capital and liabilities, and you have to find assets. In question number 1.3, which of items in the following list are liabilities and which of them are assets? Liabilities, we define liability as the value of goods or services to be provided. That is relatively technical definition. For example, you have received an advance from someone and you have to provide certain services. It is not your income, it is your liability because you have to provide the services. And amount payable, we discussed two definition of liabilities. One is the value of goods or services to be provided, and the second is amount payable. And in case of asset, the value of goods and services receivable or amount receivable. So we have to separate the items which are assets and which are liabilities. A. Loan to C. Shirley. We have given loan to C. Shirley. So it is amount receivable. When amount is receivable, it is an asset. When amount is receivable, it is an asset. And when amount is payable, it is liability. So loan to C. Shirley, we have given the loan to C. Shirley and the amount is receivable, it is our asset. Computers, if we are going to use it in business, it is asset because the value of goods and services are receivable. So computer is an asset. Bank overdraft, here a term overdraft mean a short term loan taken from bank. Bank overdraft is defined as the short term loan which is taken from bank. So amount is payable. When amount is payable, it is our liability. We owe a supplier for goods purchased on credit. We owe money to supplier. We have to pay money to supplier because we have purchased goods on credit. So it is amount payable, and when amount is payable, it is our liability. Fixtures and fittings. Fixture and fittings or furniture, again we have to use it is in business. So it is our asset because services are receivable. Warehouse we own. Again a building which we will use in business, and the item which we use in business is our an asset because the value of goods and services are receivable. In next question is again asking you to enlist the liabilities and assets to separate classify the items as an asset or liability. Motor vehicles asset because services are receivable. Premises asset because services are receivable. Creditors for goods payable, we use the term payable. The another term is creditors. Creditors for goods mean we have purchased certain items for resale purpose, means goods from a supplier on credit. So it is our liability because amount is payable. Stock of goods is asset. Those items which are held on business premises in a display or in a godown, warehouse are called stock of goods, and stock of goods is an asset. Debtors are receivable, amount receivable. These are credit customer. These are the persons whom we sell goods on credit. We have sold goods on credit to these persons. So amount is receivable. So it is our asset. Owing to bank, amount is payable. Amount payable is liability. Cash in hand, always an asset. Loan from D. Jones, loan to C. Shirley. In that case, we have given loan to C. Shirley. Here we have taken loan from D. Jones. So amount is payable, not receivable. And in case of amount payable, it is our liability. Machinery is our asset. In 1.5, state which of the following are wrongly classified. Loan from C. Smith, amount is payable, so it is liability, but it is written under the heading of assets, so it is wrongly classified. Cash in hand is asset, machinery is asset, creditors, in the previous question we have already discussed that creditors mean payables and payable is liability. Creditor, it is wrongly listed. Premises asset, motor vehicle asset. Stock of goods asset, already discussed, so it is wrongly listed. Debtors mean receivable, amount receivable is asset, it is wrongly listed. Money owing to bank, amount payable, it is liability, so it is not wrongly listed. In the next question again he is asking you to show the show the items which are shown under the wrong headings. Cash at bank asset, fixtures asset, creditors liability. So it is under the wrong heading. Building asset, stock of goods asset, debtors asset. Capital is capital. Capital is the definition of capital is the owner's investment in business. So capital is not an asset. Capital is explanation of asset. If the asset is acquired from the owner, on one side if asset is increased in the business, on the other side the owner's investment is also increased. So capital is not an asset. It is shown under the wrong heading. Loan from J. Graham, amount is payable, liability. Machinery is asset, wrongly listed. Motor vehicle is asset, wrongly listed. So now you are may understand the basic terminologies, creditors, debtors, stock of goods, and how these are treated in the business, asset, liability or capital. Capital is always shown with its own name. Capital is a capital, nothing more than that. However, capital is itself, capital is nothing, it is not a something which is physical, it is just an explanation. If an asset is acquired from owner, on one side if asset is increased, on the other side owner's investment increases, so capital is recorded as credit item.